Hello, dear friends. Welcome. Good morning to day 3 of the Big Sister Subconscious Mindset Challenge. I hope you've had a great week so far and have had many breakthroughs, have learned new things about yourself and how your mind works, and you're ready for more. Today, we're going to be really focused on you and your goals and how that's going to help you not only achieve your goals, but become friends with your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is responsible for so much. Good morning, Megan. Welcome. Glad you're here. Excited to be here with you all this morning. So today we're going to become friends with your subconscious mind. And what I was saying was, your subconscious mind is responsible for like everything you don't have to think about, like your blood pumping, your heart beating, and then like we talked about yesterday and the day before, it's got some background material on you and helps you look at the world and decide what things mean and what it means for you and who you are in the world. And sometimes that works really well and is for your advantage and your good, and sometimes it doesn't work really well and we get stuck in patterns that just aren't serving us. Or we make decisions or don't make decisions, and it just doesn't work until we can kind of look at that and make some changes. So today what we're going to do is, one, I'm going to tell you a crazy story from this morning that's going to really help. Good morning. Hello, welcome. Let me know how you're doing in the chat today. If you did homework yesterday, let me know how that homework was for you. So today I'm going to tell you my crazy story that's going to really exemplify exactly why it's so important to know what's happening, know how you're being influenced by the outside world, and become friends with your subconscious mind so that you can be partners in not only your kind of your manifestations, your goal setting work, but also just like keeping you feeling happy and healthy and connected to what's important to you. Okay? And then we're actually going to work on a goal that you have, and we're going to set a SMART goal for you. And this is going to serve a really important second function, which is it's going to give your subconscious mind a direction to go in, like the North Star on a compass, like the northern pole on a compass or on our planet. You know what I'm saying? So first thing I will say is that this morning I got a really good example of how we're constantly being influenced and how the average person is not aware of it. So I was driving this morning, I could not sleep. So how much is this video going to make sense? I don't know. I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning, so 6 hours now, Pacific time. I'm going to nap later, don't worry. But so I was driving, I decided to go out to the beach and enjoy the sunrise in San Francisco. And as I was driving, I saw this ad for Lululemon. And I have no issues with Lululemon as a brand, as far as I know. I haven't researched them much. But the ad was this woman really looking really peaceful in her yoga pose, in her outfit, sort of dappled by the sun and the shadows. And on the billboard is one word and the logo. Good morning. Hello, everyone. Glad you're here. So glad to have you join me this morning. On the billboard was one word, and that word was feel. And that's it. That's the only word on the billboard. Now, why is this important? Why do you need to know this? Because whoever designed that billboard, I hate to break it to you, but they know hypnotic language, and they're intentionally just using the word feel to influence you to make a buying decision down the line. And how do I know this? I know this because feel is an unspecified verb, and a lot of big companies do this. This is why language is so important to our lives and our conscious and subconscious minds. Big companies do this all the time. And the reason is it kind of forces you to fill in the gaps with what you want. So Nike, just do it. Just do what? Who does what? When do I do what I do? What is it? Well, I supply the it. Just do it. I look at Nike and I'm like, oh yeah, I should just do it. And I happen to know what that it is for me, and Nike's going to help me get there somehow. So with Lululemon, feel what? Who feels what? What do I feel? Do I feel the sun on my skin, or do I feel empowered, or do I feel ready for a workout, or do I feel happy, or do I feel connected? All of those things are in that verb, and it's hypnotic because it draws us in and it has us ask that question of ourselves. And important caveat here, and then I'll end this. I get really excited when I see hypnotic language in ads because I know what they're doing. And it's so important. But the caveat I will share here is that you will never be forced to do something by that kind of influence. And even in a hypnosis session, like when I do hypnosis with clients, whether they're coaching clients or hypnosis clients, or we do an NLP technique, you're never, like, there's nothing I can do or influence you to do against your will. Even in like stage hypnosis, which is like what people think of when they think of hypnosis, those people on stage are never influenced to do something beyond their threshold, beyond their inhibitions, beyond what they feel okay with doing. So that's nice to know. But it's also interesting to see how a company can connect something to something that you want, like to feel good or to feel alive or to feel healthy or whatever. And they can influence you to connect that brand with that feeling that you want to have. So keep an eye out for that. Like, that's the kind of thing that's around us all the time. And if you've never read the book Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, I highly recommend it, because that book also talks about this. Well, he refers to it as hypnotic rhythm, and how the influences, if we don't have an inner guide, if we don't have an inner direction that we're going, external influences will so easily make us just kind of drift and just kind of feel empty and want to buy things, or should I do that because they have that and I should have that so I can feel okay. So what the work that we do here, the deep inner work that we do here at Big Sister and wherever you get mentorship and guidance, is we create an inner kind of guidance system and direction for you. Really, we rely on what you already have. Like, the answers are within you. It's all about uncovering the BS on top and trusting what's really there. So that's reason number one. It's really important to become friends with your subconscious mind. Reason number two, why it's really important and why we're doing this subconscious mindset challenge at all. Like, why are we even talking about the subconscious mind? Why are we even here at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday? It's because this is your life. This is important. This is about you achieving the goals that you have on your heart to achieve. This is about you making an impact on the people around you. Okay? This is about you finding your fulfillment. That's why we talk about any of these things, because the stakes are just too high. Like, life is just too short and too important and too epic to sit in your life and just do the things you've always done and get the results you've always gotten, right? So we're going to make some changes here, and that's what we're doing. So the second reason why it's really important, and I'll talk about being friends with your subconscious mind, but like when you set this goal today, that'll help you on your way, is in your brain, there's this part of your brain called the reticular activating system. And every human has this. I think animals have this too, but I forget, and I will have to Google, have to visit the Googles. But in your brain, there is this this goal getter in your brain. It's called the reticular activating system. And this helps you survive. It helps you find what you need to survive. It helps you find food, shelter, water. It helps you find, social connections, whatever you believe you need, whatever you actually need. And then when you have those basic needs met, whatever you believe you need for your survival and for your thrival, a word I'll use, it's not a real word, you're able to connect with this part of your mind and achieve those goals. So here's how it works. Your subconscious mind does not process negatives. And so many people spend their days focusing on what they don't want. I hate this job. I don't like this person. I have all these issues with my friends or my partner. I am so sick of this thing happening. I hate my commute, whatever it is. We focus on the things that we don't want, we wish would be different. Instead, and actually, here's the example. The subconscious mind does not process negatives. Okay, don't think of a blue tree. Did you think of a blue tree? Did you picture a blue tree in your mind? Let me know. Let me know in the comments or in the chat. My guess is you did. I told you not to, but there your brain went, picturing that blue tree. Why is that? Because don't is a negative. It's like saying, I don't want a job where I work 80 hours a week. Okay, you have not given your brain what you want. You've told your brain, you've shown your brain 80 hours a week. Okay, so what do you want then? Do you want a job that's 90 hours a week? Do you want a job that's 80 hours a week, but they pay you more and maybe you'll do it? Do you want a job that's 2 hours a week? So it's really important to focus on exactly what you want. And that is going to allow this thing in your brain to kind of hone in and to actually start guiding you to it. Like, people talk about manifestation as if it's some kind of like crazy, like woo, like it is a spiritual process, but like it also is a literal brain biochemical process that serves us every single day. It's like very basic. So to work with this part of your brain, we're going to set a really specific, clear, SMART goal today. And then I'm going to tell you how to befriend your subconscious mind today as you go through your day with this goal in mind that we're going to set. And some of you have been asking about one-on-one coaching, and so I'm going to talk about that too. If you already know you want to talk with me about coaching one-on-one with me in my 3-month container, you can pause this now, exit, return to me, and visit the link in my bio and fill out the one-on-one coaching application and then message me. Okay, so take those steps. Now, if you've ever set a SMART goal before, this is going to be a little bit of a remix to that, because this is setting a SMART goal from the expertise and the knowledge of how that actually works in your conscious and subconscious mind. Okay? So I want you to take a piece of paper out if you don't already have one out, and a pen, because this is for you. Okay, this is for you and your life. So I'll give you a moment. And you might feel some resistance in this process, and I encourage you to just kind of go through it. Don't let that resistance stop you, especially when you're setting goals. Like, setting goals is non-negotiable. You might be disappointed every month you set goals, and there's another way to fix that, but or to like regulate your emotions in your body as you set goals, so you're not like anchored to that goals equals disappointment feeling. But maybe you don't really set goals. Maybe you feel bad about it. Maybe you have set fuzzy goals and have gotten fuzzy results. That's all okay. That's all in the past. You can just let that go now. And so now that you have your paper and pen, good. Let me know if you've gotten those things. Let me know in the chat. We're going to get started. So the first rule of setting a really good, juicy goal that your brain is going to get behind and help you achieve, yes, good, awesome, is we want to have the goal be simple, specific, and here are the bonus ones. We want it to be a goal where you see yourself. You see yourself achieving the goal in your mind, and it's a sensory rich experience in your mind. So you have maybe an idea for what a goal is that you have now. Welcome, hello. You're just in time. We're about to set a goal. So grab a paper and a pen. Think about a goal that pops into your head that you want to achieve. And actually, I prefer the word outcome. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to use the word goal. We're setting outcomes here today, okay? Because we create outcomes in our lives. Goal is like this, the implication is like that, like you're here and your goal's up there and you've got to elevate to your goal. No, like you're already worthy of whatever you want to achieve. So like we're setting outcomes here, okay? You're completely capable of being in, integrity and responsible for creating outcomes in your life, right? Good. So you want this outcome to be simple, specific, and we'll kind of, you might want to take some time after this. Usually with clients in our first session, I really dig into this with them, and they'll like visualize, and we get really specific on like, how will you know when you've achieved this goal, and like, what are you seeing, smelling, hearing, tasting, all that stuff. So for now, just know these are the checkpoints you want to hit. Is it simple? Can you wrap your mind around it? Is it specific? And we'll get even more specific in the M part. Can you see yourself? Can you visualize yourself achieving the goal? Like say you're a marathon runner and you can picture yourself running across the finish line, right? So not just seeing it through your own eyes, but seeing yourself. And then can you really, really bring out the sensory aspects of that experience? So that's part one. I'm going to pause in case you're taking notes or just need a moment. How much coffee is this? I don't know. Maybe one day I'll stop drinking it. I don't know. There is actually an NLP technique called mapping across, and I've actually never done it. I've never had it done on myself. I've never done it with anyone on myself. But you can basically like make someone go from loving something that they don't want to like anymore, and then they just don't like it anymore, and it doesn't taste good to them. It's crazy. Love it. Okay, so the next part of goal setting is the M. So usually in SMART goals, if you've heard about SMART goals, you want the goal to be measurable, and we still want that. That is actually so important, because if you say as your goal, I want to be wealthier, okay, your subconscious mind is like, okay, that's great. Yeah, you want to be wealthier. Okay, like here, like, oh my God, there's literally a penny on the ground. There you go. Congratulations. We've done it. We've achieved the goal. So you want to get really specific. What does that mean to you? What's the dollar amount? Or if you just wrote your first book, how many copies do you want to sell? Do you have a date? And that's actually the T. We'll talk about that more in a second. But how do you know? What is the measure of your goal? Maybe you're training for a marathon. Maybe you want to buy a house. Okay, well, what do you need? What do you need to make that happen? Do you know what house you want? Do you know where it is? So you want it to be measurable, so specific and measurable. And the other piece is you want it to be meaningful to you, specifically to you. So it can be really easy, especially if you're younger, if you're in college, and you've got people who are influencing your life. They want what's best for you. Maybe they're your parents, maybe they're other guidance counselors, somebody else, and they see potential in you, and they have goals and dreams for you. And maybe they're not the ones that you have, but they're the ones that they have. Focus on what's meaningful to you. A good test for this is if social media didn't exist and there were no dinner parties, you were never gonna tell another soul what you do to prove your worth or be cool or whatever, what would you want? What would you really want? And this is really important because this is the fuel. The more your passion and your values are in your goal, the more any obstacles or distractions or sidetracks, they're not going to stop you for long. They're not going to lock you into a holding pattern or a procrastination pattern or a sabotage pattern. Okay? And if at any point I go too fast, just let me know and I'll slow down. Okay, good. This part's really fun. And maybe some of you, if you've done manifestation type stuff before, you know it. You're going to write the goal as if it's already happened. So I have sold 200,000 copies of my cookbook, let's say. I don't personally have a cookbook, but maybe you do. Okay, so you're writing it as if it's already happened. Good morning, Ro. Welcome. Welcome. Hey, y'all. So we're setting that goal. It's specific, it's measurable, it's meaningful, it's sensory, and we're writing it as if it's already happened. It's already done. And we want that goal we want to think about how does that goal affect your life? So if there's any area of your life where maybe achieving this goal is going to have a negative impact, you want to notice that. You don't want to ignore that. Maybe that negative impact isn't real. Maybe it's a fear, and then you can address the fear and, be with that fear and take necessary action to move through it. But maybe it's a realistic fear. Maybe it's something that you really do need to look at or talk with someone about or adjust your goal. The thing you want to avoid is you're setting this goal, you're totally ready for it. Actually, though, in the back of your mind, if you release 50 pounds, you will be in some kind of danger in your life. Okay, you can't ignore that because you're going to hit a wall eventually where you need to choose between being safe in some way and releasing this weight, for example. So just think about that. All areas of your life. Where might there be some growth you need to do? Where might there be a challenge? And this is a little extra bonus thing. What will happen if you don't get this goal? And what won't happen if you do? And there are more questions around that, but those are two that are good starting points for you to answer for yourself to help you clarify that goal. Good. Okay. And we talk about like achievable and realistic. I don't know about that. I have seen people, I have seen coaching clients, I have seen students, I've seen people do incredible things. So I would say if you've never made $1 billion, maybe your goal isn't to make $1 billion this year. Partly too because, well, we actually do know some people who've made $1 billion this year. So, just think about what feels like a challenge, a stretch goal, but also straight up 100. Yeah, that's right, Ro. Thank you. Just think about what is a stretch for you? What will require some faith? What will require you to maybe grow and do things differently, which we're going to talk about tomorrow, your big sister version of you. But what would you be super excited to create in your life? And also, I would very strongly advise you, if you're thinking about your past experiences right now and your past failures and successes and disappointments, I invite you to just clear that right now. Do not create from what you've experienced in the past. Right now, we're creating from what you want, and we're experiencing the future as if it's happening right now. All that stuff in the past helped bring you to this moment today, and actually with the reticular activating system, all of those error codes and mistakes and detours led you to exactly where you need to be right now. So feel free to clear the slate like we did yesterday with our Etch-a-Sketch. Yeah, Megan says true. Yes. Oh, I'm loving the energy in here this morning. Thank you all. You're keeping me awake. Good. Okay, good. And then the R in SMART is, like I said, realistic, whatever, responsible and ecological. This is really important. So sometimes when people are like, hypnosis, the subconscious mind, they think you're gonna manipulate them or something. And that's never the path to success. Stealing, lying, cheating. Also though, like I said earlier, these techniques don't work if someone doesn't want them to work. They just don't work. It's only if you want it to work, you'll experience crazy transformations. But if you're not open to it, well, we wouldn't be doing the technique. But it's really important that everything you do has ecology. So what does that mean? It means, is this for the good of yourself, the highest good of yourself? Is it for the good of the other people involved in achieving this goal? Is it for the good of the planet? So is it going to be good for you? Is it good for others? Is it good for the planet? And when I do this with clients, I think, is this good for also me as the coach and the practitioner? I'm holding space for this person with this goal. And the answers to this have to be yes. Have to be yes. For the successful completion of your goal and for your fulfillment and happiness. You want to be able to maintain a life, right? You don't want to just win the lottery and then burn your life to the ground. Not that the lottery is not ecological. There are other reasons why people might burn their life to the ground. Okay? So is this And the cool thing about ecology is if you can see, wow, yes, this is for my good, this is for others' good, this is for the good of the planet, that like fires up your goal even more. Because you know it's actually, in a way, even if it's not intentional right now, it's fulfilling a greater purpose, which is pretty beautiful. Again, more fuel, more fuel. Your subconscious mind is listening right now. And the cool thing about this process is as you do it, you're thinking of your goal, your outcome over and over and over again. You're recreating it in your mind over and over and over again, which is creating that nice repetition. And the subconscious mind is just a repetition factory, baby. It's just repeating a bunch of stuff all day. Okay. Wouldn't it be nice if it repeats your goal? Instead of that thing that someone said in high school, 10, 15 years ago? You don't need that. Okay. Last part of the SMART goal. Timing. It needs to be timed. It needs to be timed. This can feel a little bit like funny and arbitrary, like by December 21st, 2021. It is now, I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful. It is now December 21st, 2021, and I have, achieved this thing. I'm so excited. This amazing series of events happened, and I have gotten my outcome. So that's the kind of thing you want to do. The date may feel really meaningful to you. It may be a date that feels really good to you. It may be a date that logically makes sense to you. Like maybe you're going to ask for a promotion and your company does promotions in the spring. So that's the date you put. It can also be kind of feel like, okay, like you're putting a limit on like the universe, depending on your perspective. That's okay. We're doing this as like handholds for your subconscious mind. And it'll all work out in the perfect timing, but this helps you, it really does, it just helps gear you and focus you on the goal. That's why when I work with my own book projects or help folks who have like a book project that's more structured, one of my clients right now is writing a book that's like so incredible. She wrote it actually, and it's about art and time travel, and I'm so freaking excited to like hold it in my hands. But that project is just a different structure. But what I do other times is we will have like word counts and dates. And that's how we do it. And it just helps you. It just helps you know where you're at. And it helps you achieve that goal. Cool? So it's going to be timed. And the focus, always, 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 is just going to be on what you want. What are you creating? Don't worry about, but how is it going to happen? Or what if it doesn't happen? This is just the first step. Tomorrow we're going to talk about embodiment, and we're also going to talk about how you can break this down more. We're here to use our brain, which means your subconscious brain, your mind, but also your conscious mind. Like there's project planning, there's networking, there are very simple steps you can take to help achieve your goal. In addition to the mindset piece, which is, do you believe you're worthy of this goal? Do you believe that you deserve what you're asking for? Do you have anything that you feel might be holding you back? Like those kinds of things are really important too. But we use both. We use the whole brain. We use the whole brain here. Okay? So SMART. You have set a SMART goal. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Definitely let me know, message me after this, or let me know in the comments, or let me know when I post this in the comments how that was for you. Maybe this is your first time setting a SMART goal. Definitely let me know if that's the case. I want to cheer you on. You are freaking amazing. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for joining me today in the Big Sister Subconscious Mindset Challenge. You are rocking it. We have 2 more days of this challenge. And like I mentioned earlier, if you are applying for one-on-one coaching, go to the link in my bio. There's a link to a Google Doc. Just fill out that Google Doc and message me. And what we do from there is we set up a time to talk. For people who have asked, I will talk about it more in the call with you and talk about your actual, your goals and what you wrote down. But it's a 3-month container, and we meet one-on-one every week. And then you have access to me during the week, and it's pretty awesome, and just amazing things have happened. So I'm so excited for you. If you are interested in that, just let me know. Happy to talk with you about that. And for everyone else, whether or not you're really focusing on your goals or you're really trying to make a big change right now, I am super proud of you for taking this time today, for starting your morning with me, and for creating this outcome. I keep calling it a goal. Creating this outcome that's going to propel you to your future. And that's freaking awesome. And I know for me, when I first did this, like I remember writing down what I wanted. It was December 2019. Can you believe that? Like I made it that far in my life before I was like, you know what? I'm done complaining about what I don't want and the things in my life that I hate and whatever. What do I actually want? And I felt so much resistance to just writing on a little yellow notepad, which I actually have here. I always keep it, what I want. And it's shocking. Within a week, I was creating what I wanted. Seriously, doors open, opportunities open, because what you've done too with this goal is you've let your subconscious mind know what to look for. What doors do you want to walk through? Now you're going to see them. It's amazing. Okay? So, rock on. So excited for you. Have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.